Alright, let's look at this 406 MHz EPIRB. I'm going to pull it out of the bracket and I'm going to take a look at, first of all, the battery date on the EPIRB. On this one here, this one expires in about 5 years, so it looks like it's a new battery that's in this EPIRB. This one here also has a NOAA registration decal on it. I checked to make sure that that's within date. I also verified that this alphanumeric code that's on this registration matches what is on the EPIRB itself. There's sometimes we'll get those and they might have one or two of the characters are transposed, or it could be for an entirely different EPIRB. You want to make sure that your EPIRB is registered with your name and a phone number and a point of contact. To update your registration, you just go to Beacon Registration on the internet, and it's free and it's a pretty easy service to do. Okay, after checking the battery date and the NOAA registration date, I want to make sure that the EPIRB does a proper self-test. And on this particular ACR EPIRB, all I do is I take the switch and I move it straight up and down. And you saw the little red flashes of light and then the strobe light actuated. It tells me that it was a proper self-test. Okay, the other thing I check is I check the hydrostatic release unit that's in here, make sure that's within date. These need to be replaced every 2 years. I also check to make sure my pins and my hardware are all in good condition. And then I'll stow it properly. And that's how we check our EPIRB.
On vessels 36 feet and greater, a Category 1 EPIRB is required to be automatically activate and float free. On vessels less than 36 feet, a Category 2 EPIRB may be used. They have manual activation and they may be stowed inside the cabin. A Category 1 EPIRB must be stowed in a proper bracket with a hydrostatic release unit, stowed in a float-free location, free from overhangs and free from overhead obstructions. Category 2 EPIRBs may be stowed in a Category 2 bracket inside the cabin. We recommend stowing it in an easily accessible location. Some common stowage mistakes with Category 1 EPIRBs is that they're stowed underneath an overhang. The EPIRB can easily be caught in an air pocket and never reach the surface. Category 1 EPIRBs must also be stowed in a proper bracket. A bracket has a magnet that prevents false activations. Attaching an EPIRB lanyard to a vessel prematurely is never a good idea. The spool of line gets attached to the life raft, the unsunken vessel, or survivor after activation.